What's up, guys? It's me, Fortnite Got Thrown, and today I'm gonna be telling you why I think Xbox makes better games and why it's like better like gaming console than PS4. So let me give you a few reasons. Let me see. Let me go images. Oh yeah, this is the one I have. This one I have. And what I'm trying to say is basically like Xbox makes like making video. On point screen. Yeah, so reason why Xbox is way better than the stupid PS4 is because basically Xbox, well, Microsoft made Xbox and Microsoft made like PC games way before Sony did. And like Microsoft is a gaming PC company, so they know what they do. And they said Xbox has like a console style of like a PC basically. And like PlayStation is literally made by Sony, and Sony's just a movie company. They don't even know what they're doing, so they're just making random consoles so that way they can get a quick cash grab. Literally, they tried working with Nintendo just so they can get money. And then Microsoft already knew this was a threat, so they made the Xbox, man. And it's way better than PS4 because in PS4, literally, literally I held one of the controllers and they're like super okay, they're light. Alright, let me just say this once. I think PS4 controllers are lighter than Xbox controllers, but the one I have is way lighter, but the PS4 ones basically are so dumb because you just have these. Alright, so basically like the controllers basically you just move the controller's so confusing. You gotta learn these dumb moves. And like here, let me show you a picture of the PS4 controller. And here, let me show you. This is how the controller looks. It looks like this, right? I held one of it, and it's so confusing. Like that control. And here's the problem with the PS4. Basically, it can't handle shooter games. Like I tried playing Call of Duty on it, and it literally was so bad on it. Like I couldn't even aim at anyone because the freaking controller was so tiny and light, that super light, that I couldn't even handle like shooting at any enemies at all, man. Literally in the Xbox, it's really good with shooter games. Like for example, it made Halo. Halo was literally the most popular game. Sony PlayStation hasn't even come up with any good games, man. That's how Sony really wanted money. PS4 was just for a cash grab. And then Xbox is pretty good with making other games. Like they made Forza, and I think Forza is way better than that lame version of Gods of War. Halo is way better than Gods of War, literally, because Gods of War is literally the dumbest game. It's literally just about a god who's taking care of a little boy, and he's basically just teaching us about mythology or something. And Halo has a way better story, even though Master Chief sims for like Cortana. Literally, 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 Xbox makes better games. PlayStation, the only PlayStation game PlayStation can really make is just they can only make a Spider-Man game. That's it. That's the only thing they can pull off. All the other games suck. And then the Xbox makes like better exclusive games. Yeah, like literally. And the PS4 are, but yeah. And then some people may disagree with me because I'm saying like, oh, oh, maybe, oh, but Xbox, the first one started out with a bulky controller. Well, that's because that was Microsoft's first console. They didn't know how to use the game like the console life, so they just started with a bulky. But then they learned from their mistakes, and then they made one. Here's PlayStation, just making the same exact controller. Like, look here, I'm gonna show you how the old controller. Alright, this is how the old controller looked like. Where is it? Yeah, this is how the old controller looked like, okay? If I saw this, and like, I would probably hate it, because it's like a super bulky controller. And then look how, here, just let me wait. This is how their new controllers of the Xbox looks. Like, you could see that Microsoft literally dedicated their work to fix the controller. Like, this goes to show that PlayStation just wants to make games for money. And then Xbox cares about their fans, basically. And then let me show you a control. Here, let me show you like the PlayStation controller. Alright, let me see. Alright, let me see. Where's the controller? Here's their controller, okay? It's old. Well, of course, you might be thinking, well, this is Sony's first console. Well, yeah, I agree with that. But look, okay. Let's go to PlayStation 5. And you know, now the controller looks very different, and it looks very similar to Xbox's controller. I don't know. Now you may be thinking, but the PlayStation controller changed. Well, yeah, it did change, but here's the thing though. They're copying Xbox, and then and I heard lots of news rumors that, just news that this controller's super bulky, and like it's not even good for shooter games. And here's another thing, like it's so, there's no good grip. Like when you held on the controller, I heard when you hold on the controller, literally you just lose your grip. That's how sucky PlayStation is. They just want to get the best controllers, the best looks. They don't even care about their system. The only thing I will give credit is that their next gen and Miles Morales game, that's it. All the other games there are trash, man. Literally. Just look at Xbox. They literally dedicate the work. PlayStation, look at PlayStation. They say they have to delay a game, and they just leave their fans in the dark. Here's Xbox saying that they couldn't make Halo Infinite a immediate game, and they actually just tell their viewers to stay calm. That's how dedicated the Xbox is. So let's go back to Xbox. And here's another thing about Xbox is that they make way better quality games. Because I remember the first Xbox one I had was the Xbox 360, and I could tell that the 360 had way better games there, and I remember I used to play it with me and my brother. And then just look at PlayStation. They make PlayStation 3, and it's literally the same controller as PlayStation 1. Like, I'm not even lying to you. Like, that's how bad, like, Xbox is, man. I mean, PlayStation is, because, like, Sony just wants to make consoles so that way they can earn. Because back then, I heard in 1991, they tried working with Nintendo Switch and Sega, I think, and they literally just wanted to work with them just so that they can get more money. That's all Sony wants. The only thing they want is just money, so that's how they're gonna get. They ruined Spider-Man, of course, and they ruined Marvel, basically. And then there's Sony, and then here's Microsoft, a company that actually cares, who actually earns money, and are actually a pretty good company that make PC stuff. And I like how when they released the Xbox, it had like the same engine of like a PC. Bill Gates said that let me see, that has the same like heart engine of like a PC, basically. That's how cool it is. Like, here's PlayStation. They're so cheap and crap, man. Like, they don't even know how to make a good console. That's how bad they are. Yeah. And then one last thing I want to say is the games again. The games literally suck. Here. I'm going to tell you one example. Let's go to PlayStation games, okay? And you're going to tell me if they're well known, because the only game you're going to think of is Spider-Man and Gods of War. Alright, PlayStation 4 games. Let's go to PlayStation 4 games. Alright, so let me see. Look, here, I'm gonna show you guys. Some dumb thing. For some reason, PlayStation was so begging, were begging so much for money that they literally made a Peppa Pig game. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, that's all. Alright, Grand Theft Auto, I mean, it counts. Guardians, it counts. SpongeBob, why do they have SpongeBob on their freaking console? Like, that's it. And look at the main titles of their games. Look. Just look. Spider-Man. That's the only games they're gonna get money from. So, the more Spider-Man, I could probably see where this game's going. This game, the first two games are gonna be so good, but then look at Spider-Man 2. I could already tell the game's, the third or second, I don't know. Spider-Man game's gonna be so bad. Like, literally.
Yeah, do you wanna?
And then let me see. Well, like a Star Wars, Skywalker Side. Last of Us is the only good game from them. Let me see. Where's the Fortnite? It's still there. Hot Wheels. Look, for some reason, Sony really wants money that they just added the freaking toy company just so that they can make a game. Like, that's so dumb. Let me see. Yeah, why is Plants vs. Zombie there? And why is Sonic there? That makes absolutely no sense. Just look.
Sure.
Why, like, bro, why are you adding crappy quality games? Like, they have shooter games, but their shooter games are so bad. Like, that's how begging they are, man. That's how begging. Yeah, Crash Deadpool, for some reason, was a horrible game. Like, first of all, why is Paw Patrol in their game selections? That makes absolutely no sense. Like, Paw Patrol's just a children's show. And then let me show you, and here's gonna be a big difference. Xbox.
This is what will happen.
Here, let me show you something. Alright, look at how good, look at the games. Just look at it. Now, you can tell from the start that when you click on PlayStation games, when you click on PlayStation games, the only games you're gonna see is Peppa Pig, Spider-Man, Paw Patrol. For some reason, these crappy shooter games that only are freaking good on Xbox, man. Our first Avengers, I don't know why Avengers is there. Grand Theft Auto, Forza 5, Disneyland. That's the only bad game they had to add, literally. Oh, let me see. Hello Neighbor, I have my Switch, SpongeBob, I don't know. Oh no.
Yep, this is the control room.
Let me see. Car Mechanics. Yeah. And then here's Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk already failed, so I don't even need to talk about it. So, let me see.
I put some seats.
Basically, that's all the games Xbox has, but as you can tell from the start, when you check on PlayStation's games, the only games you're gonna find there, like I said, and I'm gonna repeat this one last time, the games on Xbox are way better handling, because when you play on PlayStation, let's say PlayStation's pretty good at other games, I'm just gonna say that, but at shooter games, they're so bad, like, literally.
Oh, cameras!
When you play Call of Duty, your hands are probably gonna slip of how tiny the controller are. Like, literally, you won't be even able. Then look at Xbox, and Xbox, like, Microsoft even made, like, shooter computer games back then. So, like, of course, this is gonna work. Like, literally, that's how better the Xbox is than PlayStation. Because literally, and then PlayStation, look at PlayStation, they're just making crappy shooter games so that way they can earn money. So that's all Sony wants. I mean, I'm just going to say this one last time. I know it's getting annoying. Sony just cares about the money. That's all they want. They're just making new consoles. That's what they wanted in the first place back in 1991. And that's how they're always going to be. And then here's Xbox. They just wanted to start their own consoles for players because they already knew that their Microsoft company was a pretty good technology company and they knew what to do. PlayStation didn't know, they weren't even techie experts, so that's why their first console failed. And then here's Microsoft. Because I ask people a lot, what console do you use? They always say Xbox. That's how big Xbox got. Look at Sony. They're just trying to copy everything. That's how they want more sales. That's all the things they want. And then here's Xbox. They're making way better stuff. So yeah, guys.
Yep, that's the security room.